A family tested on the brink of collapse, where a single misstep, a betrayal, or a revelation could cause an entire empire to fall. The delicate line continues on this night. Last where we saw our coterie, it was a meeting of an epic scale, one that they had never experienced before, meeting somebody with ancient power that for most of their unlives seemed so distant, seemed almost unreal, but there it stood in front of them, and they felt the power and the presence. And as they settled their scores, made their deals, and walked away, perhaps the family has kept even more to themselves, thinking, what's next? What happens now? With every deal made, with every decision, the questions remain of what will happen to us and to our family, to our bloodline. It is a dour evening in Chicago, the rain falling down hard. The patrons of the city rushing to get to their destinations to stay out of the heavy rain pour. Though some relish in it, some enjoy these types of evenings. But we bring ourselves first to a familiar chantry in Hyde Park, the mansion that we've seen many times before, secluded. We see Silas spending his evening a few nights following the burial of his brother, his youngest brother. Silas, you have been in your lab by yourself. The empty desk next to you remains. But now you've begun to set it up, decorate it a bit with additional notes and studies, more organization. Really, it's been Silas III who's been helping with the organization. He's separated out several of your upcoming studies to those that you've already finished and archived. You've kept most of the archived things on the empty desk. But it is this evening where Silas III walks up to you and he hands you a note.
What is this?
Found this behind desk. And he points to Simone's old desk.
Thank you for bringing it to me.
And he hands you a, looks like a torn paper. It's every paper you find these nights. It are always something where it looks like it was part of a larger, what's the word that I'm looking for? A sheet of paper, but an older, worn paper from many, many years ago. And it looks like part of it was ripped. And you have just the end of, it looks like a note that somebody had.
And Silas will unfold it or however it's ripped, he'll inspect it.
You take the note and begin to uncrinkle it and flatten, and it looks like in a handwriting that you don't recognize. This isn't Simone's handwriting. You've seen hers. This doesn't look like Deucible's handwriting. You've seen his. The handwriting is unknown to you. It doesn't look like any of your family. But as you read it, and I will post this in the Discord, I will also post it in the World of Darkness Discord for everybody with a spoiler. And let me actually get the link for that, and I'll post it in chat for Twitch chat to read as well. But upon reading this, you read, "You wouldn't be the first. I heard our elders speak of the progenitor of the Bruja clan subjected to the diablerie by their own child, Troil. Still, the Bruja don't get called usurpers the way we in the Tremere do. I wonder why is that? Was Salute, the antediluvian of the extinguished Salubri, so adored that when our own progenitor, Tremere, drank his blood, the crime could never be forgotten? Maybe that's the real reason stories of the antediluvians are suppressed. They contain too many mention of diablerie to be comfortable for those with blood of immense age and potency."
And this was just behind the desk, Silas.
He nods. He begins to speak, but then
What is
stops.
it? Say it out loud.
This was hers.
Simone's.
He nods.
What was she looking up? Do me a favor. Please go through any books I have for this Royal, Troile. See what you can find for me.
Yes. He nods.
What do you think I should do about this? I want your input.
He looks at you a bit confused upon you asking for his input. Can you clarify?
If I wasn't here, what would you do when... Here, I want you to think about something for a second. I know it's a little confusing since I guess you are me, but if Silas is... No, that's not gonna work. If I gave this to you and allowed you to do whatever you wanted with it, what would you do?
He turns his head like he's thinking and processing what you've just asked. I would want to know more.
Yeah. So do I. Once again, thank
And-
you for bringing this to me.
Yes.
Remember, Royal. Here, I'll write it down for you.
Yes. And he actually grabs his own pen and paper. No, I will write.
Very good.
He looks again at you. When can I leave?
I mean, leave the chantry.
Leave these walls. Yes. Can we go to the roof again?
Sure. When I'm done, we'll go back to the roof.
And he continues writing, and you see him writing the letters TROILE.
Good job. I'll be right back.
Hmm.
And
Hey.
Silas will go find Simone.
You head down the hall, and you remember Simone was last moving some of her things to the garden.
Mm-hmm.
So you make your way down to the blood garden, Suncheese blood garden, and take a peek in. And sure enough, you see Simone in the back corner. But you see her once again. Looks like she's busy. She has some books in a box, and she's moving them around. She looks busy.
Is the greenhouse enclosed?
It is enclosed, yes.
Got it. So he would knock on a window or a door or whatever, knocking on the glass to make sure it's audible.
You knock on the glass and see her look toward you. She looks a little surprised. And you see her kind of tuck her hair behind her ears and walk toward the window, toward the door, opens it. Silas?
Hello, Simone. I was cleaning. Well, Silas the Third was helping me clean the lab, and he said this was yours. And then Silas will hold up the note.
She looks down and looks at the note. Oh, yes, of course. Thanks for finding it for me.
Pretty heavy stuff.
Yeah, I was doing some research.
On diablerie.
Yeah, I was trying to learn about it.
Interesting. Anything in particular?
Look, when I was in New Orleans, and I was with the chantry down there, the Sabbat had taken a lot of the city, and they had done a lot of diablerie. They kind of did it in like a weird, creepy, ritualistic way, and it was it's a little concerning. It was a little weird, and I was just kind of studying the origins of it. I knew that our clan had, not been really. We weren't the same as the others, and I knew that. I didn't. Well, I guess I didn't know that the origins had something to do with diablerie, so I was looking it up.
And is this a clipping from somewhere? This isn't your handwriting.
Yeah, I was looking through some old texts. This is something I found from our old chantry. Looks like it was a Tremere region or archon or something. Somebody much more powerful than even Deuceable wrote this.
And this is from the Chantry in New Orleans.
Yeah. It's one of the last things I took with me before I left.
My mother was a diablerist.
I heard.
She said it was to protect us from something. And she died for it.
You can see Simone looks like she's trying to find the right words to say. And she pauses. It's hard to make sense of it, diablerie. It's such a forbidden thing for us. Yet others just revel in it. Who's right? Who's wrong? If our clan, if that's how we originated, if that's how we started with this sin, are we also responsible for the sins of our ancestry?
I like to think that each and every one of us gets to pave their own path. I don't think we should take any blame from what our antediluvian did. What is it? 1400 years ago or so? There's nothing we can do now, right? Sometimes you just have to wear that badge of usurper, witch, warlock, whatever they call us, behind closed doors. But I think it's important that you don't stoop to those levels. Sure, they can call you usurper. But I try not to be one.
So if the opportunity presented itself to you to diablerize someone, would you do it?
Absolutely not. To me, it's so easy to gain power that way. My family, diablerists, grasping for power. Easy power, relatively. depending on who you're diablerizing. But really, I just... Every day I try to be a better person. And if you're going to diablerize, why even try? But, look, I'll leave you to your flowers. Wanted to give this back to you.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Have a good night.
You too. And she closes the door.
And Silas would go back to his lab.
You head back to your lab and back to Silas the Third. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
Yeah, Silas wants to, after the last couple nights, he's been really thinking on what happened. And Silas has never been one for, I guess, violence. But he wants to look into learning about defensive or offensive rituals. Over the last year and a half, or year and a half, 2 years or so, he's been more along the lines of investigative research rituals, things that would provide information, but he doesn't really feel safe right now, so he's going to start looking into rituals that could directly protect or harm something.
Okay. Just for now, for this, roll me a intelligence and occult.
5 successes.
5 successes. You begin your research off to a good start as you do start looking up some various rituals on ways to protect or perhaps even fight if need be. And we will get back to what it is exactly that you find. But with 5 successes, you will be able to find something. Whether it takes time to learn or understand is another thing, but you at least have unlocked those secrets. And with that, as we see Silas scouring through various tomes of the Tremere chantry in the library section of this old yet regal mansion, we fade to a different scene. We move to a loft apartment in South Chicago, just on the border of Illinois and Indiana. Staying by the water, though, it still views the wonderful lake where we see Willow residing in a new haven of sorts between her and Adder, where this is quite a different sight from her usual spots of downtown Chicago and Gold Coast. This area isn't quite as affluent, nor does it have the hustle and bustle of downtown, but it is a good medium between the city and East Chicago, closer to Gary, where the Anarchs claim their main territory. And this is her new spot, where she and Adder spend time together with Machiavelli and Monty. And this night she rouses, and Adder is not there. And he isn't always. There are nights where he doesn't stay in this place. It's more of a haven for the two of them if they do ever need to meet. And it's not somewhere that anybody else knows about. But Willow, you rouse this evening, and you do see a note left for you from Adder. It looks like it has a sketch on it. So when you open it and look closer at it, it's a sketch of a map. And the original sketch you see below it is a sketch that you made of one of your visions of a church that you saw in a vision not too long ago. And you described this church and began sketching it yourself out. And you and Adder have been doing some research and trying to locate where exactly this church is. And Adder seems to have left a map where he thinks this church is. He drew it himself, so it's not exactly the best. He's not, art is not his specialty, as it is yours. But he tried. Oh, you're muted, by the way. Maybe double muted.
I was double muted. Whoops. Oh, well, is what I expect. Has he told me that he's been working on this? Or is this a surprise?
He has told you that he's been working on this, that he's been looking into various churches in Chicago based on what you described, based on the statue. And it seems based on this note, he seems pretty confident that this is the one.
Oh, okay. Would I infer... I don't need to worry and assume he's there, do I?
No.
Okay. Okay, good. Because I was like, I hope they talked about the fact that they would not, if they went after this, they would go together.
That it would just YOLO and go? No.
Okay. Good.
Looking at the map, it looks like it is in closer up toward O'Hare, I forgot the name of the town now. I thought I had written it down, but I didn't. But it looks like it is northwest of the city, which...
Rosemont?
Yes.
That's the suburb right next to O'Hare.
Yes, Rosemont. Yes, thank you. So it looks like he draws a map, and you see like he has a big square that's like O'Hare, and then he has like Wrigley Park, Wrigley Field, and like all this like these drawing, and then it looks like he has pointed out a church in Rosemont on this map.
Perfect. Huh. Well, since he's not here, I'm not going to go after this yet. But I think perhaps I can, with how things have been as of late, she feels pretty capable of handling herself and being on her own. Not enough to go to this place, and start a fight. Because I would imagine that they promised that they would not do that. Hey, we got to do this thing together. It's a dangerous thing. Neither of us should do it alone. But if now that we've found it, and we think we've found it, any preparation that I could do, The prep that one would do before they're about to go into a hunter's den and kill them. Readying weapons. Maybe I need to scope it out. You know, essentially getting ready for what will be when I see him next. Hey, we're gonna go
Yes.
kill hunters, honey.
Yes. So you can do some things to get prepped and get ready. Perhaps scope out the area, just get an idea of what is around. You know, one thing that you've been arranging for is for some additional weapons. They are being delivered to your art gallery. It's in order of some art, but also mixed in with that were also some weapons. So that is something you're expecting in the next couple of nights. It could possibly be tonight that it has arrived.
Okay. I think I would retrieve them. And if that... What would be the best... Well, maybe it doesn't matter. I think after that, she'd like to go scope this place out.
Okay.
Not too close, but... I want to peep it for myself.
One thing you realize for this evening as you're getting ready to leave is you usually arrange for Lucas to come pick you up, but you contact him and he does not answer, and he is not waiting for you either.
WTF?
This is out of character for Lucas.
Oh my god, did somebody... Oh my god. It's the way my plans just changed. No. I would kill a bitch if they fucked with Lucas. I'm so serious. Never mind. I'm not going to the fucking church. I'm hunting down Lucas. Can I call Marcus?
You call Marcus, and he does answer.
Good.
Oh, Willow. Hello.
Have you heard from Lucas at all?
His voice, you could tell something's wrong the minute he says,
Marcus, you have to tell me if something's up, or if you have to tell me so I can help him.
It's... I think something did happen to Lucas. Look. So Lucas and I, technically, we belong to Jacques. And we have not been able to feed from Jacques for some time. And...
Oh no. Does it matter who you feed from? I can make sure you're fed.
It's a bit complicated, Willow, but I think Lucas, he might be in danger, and
we have to hunt him down then. Are you down?
I'm on your way. I'm on my way to see your brother, Dorian, to talk to him about some of this. It's been a lot for both of us, and trying to figure out what to do.
Where was the last place you saw him?
I saw him at your home, at the family home, last night after I dropped you all off after Alan's thing. I did see Lucas there, but he was... You know when you really need a hit of something, and you just look really, really badly out of it. He was looking pretty.
Oh no.
He was looking pretty rough.
Okay, I'm gonna find him. If you want to go talk to Dorian, that's fine. But I'm gonna find Lucas. Don't worry. And we can make sure you're fed. Just ask Dorian.
I'm gonna talk to him about it, but just know it's a little complicated because some of it involves your father.
What? Okay. All right. I'm going to find him. Keep me updated. She hangs up.
Uh,
I'm gonna find him.
okay. You what would you like to do to potentially try to find Lucas?
If I were a ghoul looking for a snack, I imagine he would go to places he knew. So it's probably places that we know. So checking in clubs probably would be a great idea. That'd be a good place to get a little fix. Yeah, she'd make the club circuit, I think.
Roll me a wits and investigation.
I had a pull of 4 and I rolled 4 successes, so let's go. Because I'm hunting.
Okay.
I'm hunting.
You're looking for your mans.
Ain't nobody fuck with Lucas, okay? I'll kill again.
You look around and you go to several of the clubs. You go to several family-owned hotels, hotel bars, clubs. Ask around. Ask if people have seen this individual. You describe him. You show pictures of Lucas. And one lead that you have is your one of the hotels that you own. They tell you, well, it's yes, I have seen him. He did come by, and he, from my understanding, was getting some things to bring back to the headquarters, Ethos Investment Properties.
See. When was this?
This was earlier this morning, actually.
Haven't seen him since.
No.
Do you know what he got?
I think he was getting some paperwork for the CEO.
Paperwork for the CEO.
Okay. Thanks.
I give him a cheese and thanks.
You give the worker cheese.
A little cheese.
It's a little cheese.
Hotel employee
You
cheese.
just toss a string cheese at him.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
They take it and
That Lysander girl threw fucking cheese at me.
Willow, when this hotel employee described Ethos Investment Properties, you know that isn't Vital. That's HQ.
Yeah,
where
it's
your
like big boy.
where your father works.
I'm gonna kill him. Right here, right now. If he fucked with Lucas. I guess I'm going to HQ.
Okay. Okay.
Tracer was like, oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Interesting choice. It's fine. I have a gun. I'm fine. I have my gun that I got after we got attacked by hunters. I'll be fine.
Okay. You make your way to Ethos Investment Properties, a building you have not been at in quite some time. Because not for any other reason than you just don't ever want to come here. Most of the time, even the board meetings aren't always held at Ethos Investment Properties. But here you are at the stuffy, stale building with your father's company logo on the top. You walk into the lobby, and it is not the warm face of Shannon McCarthy to greet you like she would at Vital Medical Group. It is instead a older gentleman with gray hair sitting at a desk. You see him typing on the computer in a well-tailored suit, and he looks at you. Can I help you?
Yes, I was curious if a man by the name of Lucas came in earlier.
And he takes a minute.
She waits for the question and will cross her arms.
Are you Willow Lysander?
That would be me.
Miss Lysander, we have not seen you in some time. It's great to see you here at Ethos. Welcome back.
Hi. Lucas, he's my driver, and I heard that Dad requested him here.
Yes, Lucas has been in a meeting with your father this evening.
Oh, is he still up there?
It looks like your father might have sent Lucas out. You see him typing, or like kind of just like looking up some things, clicky-clacking on his chiclet keyboard.
Yeah, of course.
It seems that, yes, it seems that Mr. Lysander has sent Lucas out, but yes, he is no longer here in the building.
Do we know where he went?
I don't know if I'm at liberty to say, Miss Lysander. This is your father's, his personal business.
Personal. Interesting.
I don't want to do this. I would like to compel him.
Okay. Yes. I believe you do not need to use, so it's charisma dominate. I don't think you need to do anything since he's human, from my understanding. If he was kindred, you would have to. So, yes, you may compel, and it's free, no rouse check.
Woo! I've never used compel. First time. It's for Lucas.
Yes, you may make a single action command no longer than a short sentence.
Tell me where Lucas went. Now.
You see his eyes glaze. It seems Lucas has gone to an art gallery.
Does the motion.
Your art gallery. That is where your father sent him. And you see him go back to, like, he pauses when he says that, and he like freezes, but then you see him just go back to his typing, clicky clacking on his laptop or on his computer.
Well, I guess that's it. I presume Dad's not free, is he?
Your father is in meetings for the next 2 hours.
A shame. I really wanted to talk to him. Oh well, I'm gonna go now.
Shall I let him know that you stopped by?
Oh no, I wouldn't want him to worry. After all, I'll see him probably next week.
Of course. It's great to see you, Miss Lysander.
You as well, sir.
Her runs, like, is very normal out the door, and then is immediately like...
You run, and you're heading, I presume, to the art gallery.
Art gallery! Lucas!
You hustle to the art gallery, and you grab the first cab you can find.
Yeah.
Hustle down to the gallery, and head to you head there, and in the lobby of the art gallery, you see the security guard that you always see, and then you see an individual that isn't Lucas. Instead, it looks like
What the fuck?
a person with blonde hair wearing a jacket and you actually, Willow, roll me a intelligence resolve.
Intelligence result. Okay. All right. Let's do it, girl. I'm gonna use some willpower. Oh no, that wasn't a good roll. Okay. Like that. Power. Let's try that. Success. Blessed.
Successes. Looking at this gentleman, it takes you a minute, but you recognize him. In some ways, he almost looks like Caden. But you remember, this gentleman was with Caden. He looks over to you. You must be Willow. Lysander.
I am.
I was told to deliver this to you. He hands you an envelope.
Okay, who told you to deliver it?
Caden Bartlett.
Interesting. You didn't happen to see my driver around here, did you?
Driver?
Yeah.
Oh. And the security guard speaks up. Yes, I did see him, Miss Lysander. He was here. And he went back out to the car in the garage behind, the parking garage behind the building.
How long ago was that?
Probably not 5-10 minutes ago.
She's gonna open the envelope right here. While watching this man.
You open the envelope and you look at it and you pull out a couple of things. It looks like these are like photocopied prints of something. The first you see is a photocopy of an article from the Chicago Tribune. And at the top, written in red, it shows not for print, cancel story. And the story is written, missing persons, 21, Brian Crawfield, has not been found. And then below it, you see another paper that shows Chicago PD investigations, missing persons investigations. 21-year-old, University of Chicago, description of a male, missing persons, and then you see like a stamp over it, case closed. The gentleman stands and just says, Caden sends his regards. And begins to exit the building.
Where are you going?
Probably not far.
No, not far at all.
I don't want that man to leave this building. At all.
Okay.
Catch my drift.
Okay. He looks at you.
I'm doing things!
And he's ready to leave. What would you like to do?
Let me make sure this will work. The way I think this will work.
Yes. One moment. I have to look something up also.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, why am I doing this? No, it's good. It's cool. I can't. No, I'm not going to be blackmailed. No. Okay. Sorry, I had to work through things.
Wait, was that blackmail? Was that what that was? Sorry, I'm not in the
He's
scene.
He's blackmailing me. Caden is. Those are the people I've killed. He sent them to the paper.
Oh.
That motherfucker.
From what you look like, it looks like the stories aren't being published.
But they could be. It's how I'm taking it.
Okay.
Or
Wait,
Caden is
unless he-
saving you.
Or he's saving me? No! I can't have.
Either way, Willow's not happy.
You know what? Just because. I would like to use dementation.
Okay, let's see.
I can read it for the audience.
Yes.
After engaging in conversation with a victim, the user can activate this power. For the duration of the scene, the user may attack a single individual with a manipulation dominate versus a composure intelligence. A mortal, blah, 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 blah. A vampire that becomes impaired by this power must immediately succumb to a compulsion, as chosen by the power's user.
Okay, so you have to roll. So go ahead and roll your manipulation dominate versus his. What does he have to roll to against that?
Composure intelligence.
Composure intelligence.
It says this also causes superficial damage to willpower.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I don't know what that means, to be so real. Because he's not mortal, correct? This is part of his code. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
A mortal becomes experiences a psychotic break. Love
Okay.
that. So he won't experience a psychotic break, but that's kind of like that. Okay, let me roll that. Manipulation dominate. My God.
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Bless my manipulate pool.
This could be bad. This could be very bad.
I love watching Chris
It's fine.
just over here. Yeah, it could be. I have 4 successes. Should I have the opportunity to get quite a few more. Yeah, why not? I have a chance to get more. I'll spend a willpower.
Let's see.
5 successes in total.
5 successes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You look at him and you stare and you take that gaze for a moment. You meet his gaze. And for a second, the spinning of the web begins to turn. The circles in your eyes begin to transfer to his eyes. But you see him wave a hand, and he has a component in his hand. And you see him break the component.
Oh.
This looks like it's something similar to what Silas does.
Oh, is he a fucking Tremere? No offense, Silas.
And
I like only one.
he looks at you. No. Is that really a way to thank somebody who is trying to help you?
So I'm supposed to take this as him helping me.
Well, I sure wouldn't want somebody that I accidentally to be hitting the news.
So he's stopping it.
That seems to be what he's doing, yes.
I suppose I expected the worst.
My mistake.
Sorry about that. But it worked out for the best. You're fine.
Just know that, well, Caden has to keep an eye on his assets. So, I probably won't be too far. In case you need me.
Right.
She will turn around. I'm going to Lucas. Fuck this man. He's a distraction from Lucas. This man. I don't care about this man.
You exit as he does. He heads out the front entrance. You head toward the back where the garage is, the parking garage. And there you see the familiar car, the blacked out vehicle of Lucas's van.
Oh, bless.
And you look to the front seat and look toward Lucas. You see his face paled.
Baby.
His eyes darker. His skin looking more and more sunken in. He looks at you. Oh, hello?
You look horrible. Where have you been? I've been hunting all over the city for you because Marcus was worried sick about you because you hadn't eaten.
I'm sorry, Willow. Your father made me an offer.
What?
He told me that since Jacques wouldn't be returning to Chicago, that he would protect my family and protect everybody if I fed from him instead.
Oh, so you're his driver now.
I told him no. And now he's going to make sure that I never feed ever again.
I'll feed you.
No, he did something to me. And now I can't.
What did he do?
I don't know. If I try to feed, it hurts me.
I'm gonna call Silas. He can fix this. He's a doctor. He's gonna fix you.
I don't.
No, you're gonna be okay. And I'll make sure of it. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm calling him right now. I'm calling the hospital, I mean. He doesn't carry a phone.
And she will sit right next to him in the car with him, put a hand on his leg, on his knee, and she will call Rush Medical to get in touch with Silas.
You do. And we will fade there to see what happens. Continue that at Rush Medical. But for now, we cut to Dorian. Dorian, you are at the office this evening, as you are many evenings, at the office of Vital Medical Group. In your office on the top floor, and Shannon pages into you. Sir, it seems Marcus is here to see you.
All right, let him up.
Marcus heads up the elevator and gently knocks on the door and waves. He steps in. You can tell there's something different about Marcus. He looks like concerned. He has concern on his face. You just saw him the other night with your siblings at the funeral. But this isn't that same sadness. This is more of a concern.
Everything okay, Marcus? You looking a little pale.
Yes, sir, I wanted to talk to you about something important and personal. He sits down. As you know, I have served your family for many years, 20 plus years to be exact. I think I'm about to hit 25 years. I've known all of you and your siblings since you were children, and it wasn't your father who hired me, it was your uncle, Jacques. And as I got more involved in the family business, eventually Jacques welcomed me in other ways. And I began to feed from him regularly. And it was unlike, at first, it was unlike anything I had ever experienced. First I thought it was horrible to do something, but Jacques assured me that it would help me. And keep me safe. And it did. I have found new ways to connect to the shadows in some ways. I can cloak myself. I can do different things that I wasn't able to previously do. And I've been able to serve your family, and it's been a joy to do such a thing. for the last few months since Jacques has left the city, I have felt a bit lost. Not sure what to do. And your father, he brought myself and Lucas in the other night. And he offered us to stay under the family branch under him.
I
But-
see.
The two of us, we felt kind of cornered. If we said no, would that be it? Would he take everything? Would that be the end?
Our father doesn't give a lot of choices.
I know. I've seen this family take a turn in the last year or two since he brought you all in on everything. I've seen the pain that he's put you all through. And I felt like I couldn't do it.
So you said no to him.
I was ready to say no, but I didn't have to. Lucas, he immediately spoke up in anger and rage at your father before I could even get a word out. And then your father did something to him. I'm not sure what, but he seems unwell now.
What did you see? What did he do?
He looked at him and cursed him.
Cursed him?
It's not like something I've seen before, something that I've seen him do. It wasn't... This is hard to describe in normal terms. Sometimes I've seen when he, or you even, look at somebody in the eyes. You tell them to do something and they do it. This wasn't that. It looked like it was something else. And now Lucas looks sickly and pale, and I don't know what he did, but he's unwell.
Are you okay? Did he do the same to you?
No, he didn't do it to me, but I haven't been able to feed in quite some time, and I do feel weak. I just feel like I need something.
You know, Marcus, you've been with this family for 20 years, at least. You don't work for us. You're a part of the family as far as I'm concerned. And the fact that you said no to my father's I mean, that only proves that you see this family the same way that we do.
Me too.
As long as you're a part of this family, I'm not going to let Dad hurt you. Whatever you need. And he starts to pull back his sleeve and reaches through his desk. He has a knife there. And he pulls the blade out. Don't even think anything of it, Marcus. Your family and family helps each other. And he'll cut his wrist and offer it to Marcus.
You see a look in Marcus's eyes. It's not quite the beast. It's not quite the beast that you've seen before. But it is an urge that he can't resist. When he sees your vitae spill out, it is like a drug that he can't resist. And though you see him... God damn it, Chris. I just read the comment.
Why are you reading chat when you're RPing? Don't read chat.
You ruined
I'm
my
so in the scene,
fucking
I'm like, what did
immersion,
Chris say?
Chris.
You ruined my immersion.
God! It be like that sometimes, you know? Anyway.
You see a look on his face, and you see, for a second, he wants to have some sort of politeness of, like, maybe saying no, but he can't. He can't resist.
Dorian would just say, just feed. He's going to see this and encourage him.
And he does immediately feed from your wrist. And it's, I would say you take you gain 1 dot of hunger from this, as he takes quite a bit. You can tell he was desperate for a hit. And you just gave it to him.
Marcus, if you're ever in need, don't wait. You just come to me. Okay?
I do fear your father. I do care about him still. I've known him for 20 years, and we've not always had good times. We've had both good and bad. I can't... In some ways, it hurts to see your father like this.
Well, you're going to have to get over that. And he's going to pull his sleeve back down. He's going to pull his arm away and roll up his sleeve again.
Your sister called me just before I arrived. She was looking for Lucas also, and she seems very concerned.
Well, I can imagine if she knows anything about what's gone on. We should take care of this. This is important. You should go find Lucas.
Yes. I will look for him. Thank you, sir.
soon as you find him, you come to me, and let Willow know too.
I will. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you offering this to me, and
You don't have to call me sir.
what should I call you?
This relationship has changed now. All right, I'm Dorian. You're Marcus. We're family. Okay?
Dorian, yes. I will do my best to remember that.
Okay. Dorian will dismiss him.
He exits. And we cut back. Silas, you get a beep on your pager. A familiar beep.
Oh, shit. Okay. Silas, where I hear it, where is that?
Sorry, say that again?
Silas, I hear my beeper beeping.
Oh. Yes. He grabs and passes to you.
Thank you. Oh. I have to leave, but when I get back, we'll go on the roof, okay?
How long?
Should only be a couple of hours. We still got the whole night ahead of us.
He nods.
I'll be back.
You head to the hospital. And when you make it to Rush Medical, you see Willow.
Yep, I'm with Lucas. I have Lucas with me.
He's in the hospital.
I brought him.
Oh, okay. What's going on? What's the emergency?
Something's wrong with Lucas. Alex, can you just get us into a private room?
Just admit it. What's wrong with him?
No, I can't.
Is there anyone else like around?
Are we like in the lobby or like yeah?
You are in the lobby.
Yeah,
Willow has checked him in, but they haven't quite seen him yet. They're waiting in the lobby to be checked in.
Go to your office, Silas.
If he's sick, just admit him.
Not like that.
Okay.
Just trust me, and let's take it.
Okay. I forget what name we gave to the nurse.
There's a new one.
Yeah.
Oh, new nurse.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? I'm Dr. Lysander. You were paged by my sister here.
Oh, yes, Dr. Lysander.
Yes. How are you?
Good. Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. You can call me Dr. Silas just works. You can call me Dr. Silas. It's fine.
Should I be admitting this patient to one of our wards?
He's a family friend. I'm just going to take a private consultation in my office. It shouldn't need admittance.
Understood. I will just, I'll just do a bit of paperwork for it, and you should be all good to go.
Thank you so much. Lucas, Willow, this way.
You look at Lucas, and yeah, he does not look well. He looks emaciated and pale and very unwell.
You got an arm around him, kind of supporting him a little bit. And then
Good.
when they get to the room.
Yeah. Okay, what seems to be the problem?
Dad did something to him.
Okay, Lucas, what seems to be the problem?
I had a meeting with your father earlier today, and I said some words to him, and he said something back to me that sounds stupid, like he tried to curse me or something. Then he said he's lucky he didn't tell me to walk out of the window off the building. But I didn't. And I feel sick after it.
Were the words in English?
Actually, I'm gonna check on that. Yes, they were.
And do you remember what he said?
One moment. He said that he said I would never be able to feed again. I would never be able to that it would be the end, and that I would decay.
Okay.
It sounds like magic, doesn't it?
Does sound like some sort of discipline, yes, but it could be blood sorcery, it could be domination, it could be a multitude of things.
Silas, roll me intelligence and occult. I need to get one of my other books, actually.
Six successes.
Yo.
My God.
I had
All
to,
right.
I had to re-roll.
Ah, that was the long
Yes.
pause.
Yes.
6 successes. Silas, you're well studied of various disciplines. You know blood sorcery quite well. You know the different types of blood sorcery. You know that not just Tremere learned blood sorcery, but another clan. And you're thinking to all of that, this doesn't seem like blood sorcery.
Mm-hmm.
You think more. You're deducing in your own mind. He didn't tell it. You know that the abilities your father has innate from his own blood. He could tell Lucas to walk off a building, and he could.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem like that. No. There's something else that's a bit more unfamiliar to you, but you've learned a little bit about it, especially after you met Franziska in Greece. Something of oblivion. Perhaps, but this is not something innate to your father. He must have learned it from somebody. If not from those who deal with the dead, there is another clan that does.
I was about to ask, would I know who studies Obliviate?
There is not only the clan of the dead, but also the clan of shadows,
Mm-hmm.
the Lysander.
It's that hussy.
Lucas, was Sierra in the room?
She was.
You think
There-
it was her?
Inseparable at this point.
Doesn't... Well, Father has used blood sorcery on us in the past. He needed assistance with it. This doesn't seem like some sort of dominate. Dominate usually is... Well, dominating.
Yeah.
This seems more like the discipline of oblivion, which, as a Lysander would have access to.
How do we fix that? He's only in this situation because he said no.
I know.
For
I know.
us.
I can look into it, see what the Chantry has on the other various disciplines. It's not something I've studied, though.
Hmm.
Part of me, if this wasn't dominate, I wonder if one discipline could counteract another one.
I could tell him to do it.
This seems pretty powerful. We might need Dorian's help for this. If anyone could dominate someone, it's Dorian.
Fair.
You, Silas, you get a call from the phone from the front desk of the hospital, and they let you know. Hello, Dr. Lysander. It seems a visitor for Lucas is here, Miss Marcus.
Yes. Go ahead and send him back.
Will do.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yes, thanks, Dr. Lysander. And Marcus makes his way to the back to meet the two of you. I figured you'd be here. I knew Lucas was unwell.
Yeah, it sounds like my father and his new friend Sierra did something to him.
She was there. Yes, she kept to the back. She lingers.
In the shadows.
As stupid as that sounds, it's kind of true. Just almost like a puppet pulling the strings sometimes.
Lucas, when's the last time you fed?
Lucas, you see him cough a bit. It's been quite some time.
Okay, so we don't have that much time. And Marcus, when's the last time you fed?
About 30 minutes ago.
Oh. Really?
Yes.
And where did you get your source? I hope you didn't. I hope you're not going to say our father.
No. As a matter of fact, your brother.
Dorian. Oh. That's good.
Well,
yes.
I'm glad you're
he-
satiated for now.
He told me I'm going to let him know that you both are here, if that's all right.
Yeah,
Yes, go ahead.
we need him anyway.
I will. I'll let him know. And you see Marcus get the company phone and he steps outside. Dorian, you get a call from your company phone. And Marcus lets you know your Lucas is at the hospital with your brother and sister.
I'll be right there.
And you make your way to Rush Medical to meet up with your siblings. But before we get to that, we will take a break.
Ooh.
And we will be back in 10-ish minutes to find out what happens for the second half of Ancestral Blood. Don't go anywhere. Save the ghouls.
We gotta save the ghouls.
Save the ghouls!
Save the ghouls.
Our boys.
Welcome back, everybody, to Ancestral Blood. Before we get into the second half of our episode here, a couple of mentions and shout outs. As you can see, May is not here this evening, but she will be back next week. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the episode. But of course, Val is a very busy Toreador, especially in these nights. So she has been spending time with Annabelle. Yes, as per her norm, she'll be doing that quite often. But also wanted to just shout out some of the art and stuff that we use here at Ancestral Blood. So as you all know, Magitek RPG, we're a very visual group. We like to accompany a lot of our story with character art wherever we can. All of the art, of course, of our characters, if you didn't know, all the art that you see on the screen now of the coterie is done by Crisby, who is an amazing artist who has done all of our coterie art, including the NPCs as well. So Father, Caden, Adder, etc. And of course the wolves, the lupine, the Garu. How improper of me. The Garu as well. So if you want to check out Crisby's art, you can look him up. It's CRHYSBE, which I've often misspelled. So I have to actually spell it out so I don't misspell it. But also, I want to shout out some of the art that we use for other characters, NPCs, mostly in the Chicago by Night source book. That is official art that has been done in the book itself. And that includes Caden's coterie mate that we saw earlier. That actually wasn't from the Chicago by Night book, but was from one of the Vampire the Masquerade rivals cards, essentially, which is a VTM card game produced by Renegade. And that artist actually does a lot of the other Chicago by Night art too. Her name is Amy Wilkins, and she does some of my favorite character art. She's done Thea, Annabelle, Helena, a lot of the, she's done Anita. And so a lot of like my favorite characters in the book, their art is done by Amy Wilkins. If you want to look her up, you just search her name and you'll see her art station with all of her cool vampire art. So she does a lot of great art for Vampire the Masquerade. And all of the art that we use from the official source books, we use under what's called the Dark Pack Agreement. That is something World of Darkness and Paradox has put together for creators to be able to use the officially licensed intellectual property of Vampire the Masquerade for our games. And it's very helpful because we like to use a lot of visual assets. So thank you to World of Darkness for letting us use your assets on stream. And to all of the amazing artists who do awesome vampire art. We very much appreciate it. So just wanted to quickly do that shout out because we haven't done an art shout out in a while. But yeah, with all that said, let us dive back into it. So, Dorian, after getting the call from Marcus about Lucas's whereabouts and where your siblings are, you rush over to Rush Medical. And the familiar lobby, at this point, they know you, and they know that you have come here before been here for many nights when your son was in the hospital, but they know your brother works here, so they send you back quickly, and you are met by your brother's office, and you see in the room Silas, Marcus, Willow, and Lucas laying on a bed hooked up to an IV, and you see the similar sight. He looks sick, emaciated. You see him coughing, but he's been given fluids and is at least stable.
I got a bed in my office?
I assume you
Okay.
pull in one of those, you roll in a bed.
I just want to make sure like he didn't get admitted and we missed something. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll run with it. I got a big enough office. I'm Dr. Lysander, okay?
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
An unusually large office for someone of your status.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for someone that comes in like maybe once a week.
I love that for him.
Right.
Good,
Marcus
you're here.
filled me in. he okay?
No! He's horrible. Look at him.
Like Willow said, no, he's not doing well. Marcus informed us that they went to Dad and he did something to him. Not blood sorcery, it's not dominate, it's not auspex, not presence. It's oblivion.
Oblivion?
It's his bitch of a girlfriend.
Yes. Sierra's clan, the Lysander, it's one of the disciplines they practice.
Okay.
However,
And it has to be that then, if we've ruled out everything else.
I mean, yes, it is oblivion. However, I don't know much about it. As we know, the Lysander are a new addition to the Camarilla here in Chicago, so I haven't had much time to study it, nor have I wanted to. But I want to do an experiment.
Okay.
You see, I don't know much about this, but he's been cursed. I'm gonna use that word. That he can't feed. I'm not sure how strong it is. Obviously, Lucas is mortal. So I wonder if you can overpower it with dominate. How one discipline reacts to another. If you were to
Okay.
order him to feed, maybe that would break the curse on whatever he has.
Oh.
Is that the issue? He can't bring himself to feed?
Correct.
Well, he said it hurts him if he does. So what if we're actually you're just ordering him to his death?
Well, that's why it's an experiment.
That's-
We're gonna experiment with his life?
You see Marcus like a little concerned and he gulps loudly in the corner.
Silas, what are you actually asking me to do here?
I'm asking you to dominate Lucas to feed. And if one discipline trumps another discipline.
And in your best estimation, what do you think are the odds of Lucas surviving this if something goes wrong?
Lucas, on a scale from 1 to 10, how bad is the pain?
Well, earlier I was at like a 5. I would say 5. Right in the middle. I know that doesn't really always help.
The most average answer in the hospital, so.
Okay.
Look, he's... Do you feel like you're on death's door?
No, I feel like I have. I feel like I aged like 20 years and like my bones hurt like I have arthritis. I feel like my lungs feel heavy.
Okay. You're in pain.
Any chest pain, any angina, anything like that?
Any what? No chest pain.
Okay. From what Marcus told us, from what we know, either you are unable to feed because something is stopping you from feeding, or feeding itself could hurt you. So, Lucas, do you want me to try and force you to feed? This should be your choice.
Of course, it is Lucas's choice.
Willow
When you
gets her
say-
arm ready.
When you say force, like you're gonna make me do it, and then I don't know.
If I tell you to drink, you will drink.
I have a question. And it's just a hypothetical. Say this doesn't work and it hurts more and I'm about to die. I'm in the room with 3 people who could potentially stop that from happening.
I'll go to the prince on your behalf right now. And I'll ask. You're not gonna die.
Yeah,
The answer's yes.
Willow,
Yeah, Willow, you can't make that promise.
think very carefully about what you're agreeing to do here. Because even if you agree to do this, if the prince doesn't accept that, it doesn't matter what we want.
Wait a minute. Wait.
We're waiting.
Can I, no,
You have a second idea. That's
maybe
not
there's
s-
someone. Yeah, well, maybe there's just, can you have a hypothesis and then you have your experiment.
yes,
right?
yes, the scientific
Okay.
method. Yeah,
Yep. Maybe there's someone out there that I can find that knows more about this discipline than we do.
who do you have in mind?
Whoever answers.
Oh, you're gonna go do your thing.
Yeah, it's a lot like reading, or like going on like a forum online. But imagine if you had a way to talk to every Tremere there ever was at once. It's like that.
And what if the wrong person answers you?
Well, the thing is, I get all the answers. They don't exactly raise hands.
I could also. Look, admittedly, I don't know much about ghouls. Sorry to use the term, but that's what we refer to Marcus and Lucas as. Dorian, are you more well versed in ghouling? I suppose you are, as Marcus told us he fed off you about an hour ago.
Hey, I've done it before too. Machiavelli is.
Humans are a little different.
Nuh-uh. Rats are incredibly intelligent and have the same emotional capacity.
Dorian,
Look, I don't know a lot about ghouls, goblins, whatever. Marcus said he needed blood. He needed vitae from me, and I gave it to him.
I'm not questioning you feeding Marcus. I'm questioning what you know about how it works.
No, I know. I'm telling you, I don't know much.
Lucas, how long have you been with the company?
9, 10 years now.
And in those 9 or 10 years, have you always drank by your mouth?
No.
What are some other ways that you've gotten vitae?
I've been fed through goblets and wine glasses.
But it's always consumed.
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking maybe I just take a little bit of your blood, Willow, and stick it into Lucas and see what happens.
Like a transfusion.
Like a transfusion. Similar to how we are embraced, our sires had to put their blood into us.
That
Okay.
might be safer, and we can control the experiment. Just a drop of blood instead of ordering him to feed. And then we'll find out if the block is on feeding or if it's on vitae in general.
I like that.
And Lucas, when you say you've aged 20 years, and can you give me some more details about how you feel? Like,
Does he look older?
He doesn't look older. He doesn't have gray. He looks sunken in.
Well, he was, what, in his 30s, and he's been with us so maybe he's aged 10 years physically? So he's still not that old.
we can try that.
Let's try that. That seems safe.
I'm gonna need your blood.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I assume you were the one that was going to give Lucas blood.
Yeah, I want to take care of him.
Fine.
He's been driving you around anyway.
Let me grab a needle.
Okay.
And Silas will go get a blood draw kit and take a rouse check's worth of blood from Willow.
Okay. Willow, go ahead and mark one additional hunger from this blood that your brother's taking in a bag. You are able to draw vitae from your sister in this transfuse bag.
Okay, Lucas, I'm gonna stick this in your vein now.
Okay.
Tell us if it hurts.
If you feel any discomfort at all, let me know.
I hate needles.
You just feel a pinch.
Closes his eyes.
Willow, give him your hand.
He'll take his other hand.
It's okay. We're gonna
Grabs
take care
it.
of you.
You insert the needle. You get ready to transfer the blood. You're going to start with just a drop.
Just a really slow start to the
Slow
transfusion.
bit.
You do. And you observe and wait. He doesn't wince. He doesn't seem like he's in pain. His eyes just remain closed, holding Willow's hand, and then he opens his eyes and looks, and he shakes his head. I don't feel anything.
Maybe a little more.
We can go more. You haven't fed in a while. You might need a bit of a jump start.
You give a little more, a little bit more. You see his eyes close, and he nods a little bit. No, I think it helps. Do more, Silas. Please.
Okay. Are we sure this is safe?
Am I sure?
Please, Silas, give me more. He says with a bit more stern, and his voice actually sounds lively. Like, it doesn't sound...
Look, he's actually got some energy about him now.
You're squeezing a little bit tighter, too.
I'll continue.
You continue. More. And you see Lucas take a breath in and out, something none of you are able to do. And you watch life slowly come back to Lucas. His cheeks get more red.
Oh, thank goodness.
His eyes a bit livelier. You see him move his bones with less ache. I think this is helping.
He certainly looks better.
He does.
This seems good. This looks good.
Should we wait a second?
Yeah. I'm not taking the needle out, but we're just gonna let that sit for a second.
I think I need more.
And you will get more.
I'll get as
How
much
much
as
do
you
you
need.
normally feed? Marcus, how much?
Marcus, usually just maybe a little less than a pint. About as much as I
Well,
would
you-
put in a water bottle.
Where we at, Silas?
Or about half of the bag. I'm not sure about the actual what the cc's of a blood
half a
bag.
pint?
Yeah, half of the blood, half of the unit of blood.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've.
You probably need more than you usually would. That's fine.
Lucas, if we asked you to feed directly from Willow right now, I'm not going to compel you, but if I asked you to, would you be able to?
I could. I tried.
Let's just stick with this until this is done. Willow's already given one unit of blood. No need to have her give her another. Okay, we're gonna continue, okay?
Yes, thank you.
And Silas will continue to let the blood from the unit, the blood bag, go into Lucas.
You give him more of the bag, and his reaction to it doesn't seem averse. You see more of that life being restored in him. He doesn't quite look. He doesn't suddenly get like the emaciation that was there go away, but at least you see him move his arms with more strength. He's able to stand up and sit up a bit more with a bit more vigor. And you wait a couple of minutes and it doesn't seem like he's in any pain.
So we're still at half a pint?
No, I kept going.
You kept going?
Yeah.
Okay. Have we reached the full amount?
I
yet?
would say
Full
that,
pint?
yeah, I would do the whole thing.
You give him the whole bag. And from your observations, nothing happens.
How do you feel?
I feel better. I feel like doesn't quite feel the same as when I used to just feed. But
You
it
don't
doesn't
feel as
hurt.
That's a start.
As strong. I don't feel like I'm back to 100%. No. But I feel better at least.
Can you teach me how to do that, Silas?
How to draw blood.
Yeah,
Of course.
so I can keep that on me.
What I'm worried about is whatever spell Dad used was not about consumption of blood in general, but about feeding directly.
Like physically eating.
Like
Or-
physically consuming
Like-
vitae from a kindred.
Well, can't we just feed him this way? Until we can figure out how to undo it?
I mean, this will tide him over for maybe a couple nights, but if anything, I need to go research Oblivion.
And I mean, while this seems it works, Lucas said he doesn't feel at 100%. And Marcus, you feel fine right now, right? You've just fed.
Yes, I feel fine.
Well, did he have more?
If anything, he had less.
Look, there's a different delivery system. It's
Maybe
not.
it'll take time.
I'm not worried about the time. I'm worried about the process of what Kindred Vitae does to the digestive system.
Oh.
It might be a weaker source of getting him the stuff that he needs.
Oh.
And this is also a process.
Correct.
And this requires you to have equipment.
Mm.
And gosh, I don't know if it's the same as I don't know if you can bag this kind of vitae the same way that you would other blood.
Is this going to be it for me for the rest of my life? Is this how I'm going to have to?
No, we're gonna fix this.
Look, he's...
Well,
Sorry, Lucas, go ahead.
I guess it's good for now. I don't know.
It's a start.
Yeah.
Think of it as a treatment plan.
A treatment plan, right?
We'll figure it out.
We'll get you back to where you were.
I just didn't want you keeling over here in my office.
But
Thank you.
until we figure this out, you shouldn't feed normally, right?
I won't try it.
Okay.
Well, in the meantime, we can do research on ways to stop it, reverse it, whatever we have to do.
Yes. And Marcus speaks up. I hate to bring this up now, but the interactions we had with your father obviously didn't go well. There's a chance he may cut us off from money. Thankfully, I don't have much of a family. Lucas has some family. He has his mother, his sister.
Okay.
I hate to... I have expressed this to your brother already. I hate to see you all at war right now with him. You all have had family spats before. We've seen it, but it's never been anything like this before. Ever since he brought you into this life, it's been different.
He's been losing it.
Lucas, you said no to my father. As far as I'm concerned, you know what the real family is.
Thank you.
And
I
we'll
do-
take care of you.
I just don't want anything bad to happen to any of you or to the people that I care about now that this has happened.
You're bound to us now, right? Lucas, you're Willow's. Marcus, you're mine. So, we don't have to worry about Dad anymore. Money is not an issue. We have our own. We can pay you just fine. So you don't have to worry about that.
Lucas nods. As does Marcus. And for you, Dorian, one thing I will say, now that we've kind of switched the dometer of who is the one feeding.
That's the dometer is the term?
Ooh.
I believe, yes.
Dominator?
That's
Dometer, huh?
Dometers.
Okay.
That's hot, dude.
When Marcus was feeding from Jacques, he was unlocking. Ghouls can usually unlock some aspect of a discipline from whomever is their main dometer. And from Jacques, he was unlocking Obfuscate. From you, I will leave it to you to choose what kind of power from your blood you would give to Marcus. You can choose Dominate or Fortitude.
So does his ability reflect my level in each discipline?
I don't think it does. I have to double check the Ghoul rules.
Okay.
But
So tentatively, I would say if it doesn't matter how much my power is in, then I will give him Fortitude.
okay.
But if it does matter, like if he gets more power because I'm much stronger in Dominate, then I would give him that.
Got it. And Willow, the same applies to you. Lucas was previously also getting Obfuscate. You could continue to do that, or you could give him Auspex or Dominate.
I will think on this.
Fortitude would probably help Lucas right now, because that helps him stay strong, but alas.
I'm not strong.
Not an option.
Alas. But
Is there anything
Yes.
else?
are you asking that to your siblings or to Lucas
To the room.
and Marcus?
To the room, to the
room.
storyteller.
Yeah.
Chris is like, it's getting late. Are we done with this?
No, not at all. Not at all. No.
Mark.
So I want to clarify. Yeah, Silas says that, like, he says, like, is there anything else? Because it's very clear, like, Silas wants to leave. Like, he's still not, like, chummy with his siblings. Like, he's like, all right, I did my job.
Sure.
Now, like, I don't want to be around you right now.
Yeah, you can leave, Silas.
Can't leave you in
You're
my
in
office.
office.
That's against protocol.
Protocol.
Can you
Yeah, okay.
show me how to do that real quick? I just stab there and then stab here,
No.
right?
I mean, I can show you, yes, but it takes a lot of practice. It's not as easy as stab here and stab there.
Well, I just watched you do it. It seemed pretty easy. Is it not?
Fine. You take this needle here.
Okay. She's watching intently.
Find your vein.
Yep.
Trying to remember. And you want to follow
Make a
the
fist.
yeah. Find your vein. You can make a fist or squeeze something to make the vein pop out.
Gotcha.
and you want to go in at an angle where you don't go too far, because you're going to go through, but just
Oh, okay.
usually
Huh.
it's in and up.
I didn't know. Okay.
But
Then I fill the bag and then I insert same way.
correct. You see this stopper here on this tube?
Yeah.
That controls the flow.
Gotcha.
But also remember, every time you do this, you're going to get hungrier.
Yeah.
And you can't store this. Our vitae goes rancid in minutes out of the body.
Yeah, it's gotta be when he needs it.
Correct. Immediately after withdrawal.
Okay. This is temporary anyway until we can actually figure out or fix what's wrong. So, it's a temporary fix.
Staunch the bleeding.
Can you do
so to
something about
speak.
that, Silas?
Can I do something about what, Dorian?
The time. Can you find a way with blood sorcery to make this vitae last longer for Lucas? Just
Oh.
anything to help.
That's a great idea. Is there something like that?
There are rituals that increase the potency of blood, yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to do that, or do you want me to look into Oblivion?
I'm just asking what our options are, Silas.
I
know
can.
that you don't have endless time.
Do you have someone else? You have your little guy.
What about him?
Well, one, I haven't met him yet, but do you think he could do something like this? You said you're teaching him.
Do I think he could draw blood?
Well, no, I mean like research Oblivion for you. Or for me?
I'm having him look into other things right now, things that are very pertinent to us.
Okay.
Like what?
Our meeting at the Succubus Club.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
You should bring him out sometime.
If he was seen, it'd be borderline breaking the rules.
Well, how big is he?
He's small.
Like how small?
You have to remember, this is a crime amongst the kindred. What Silas has done.
Well, this is like our nephew, Dorian.
What's a crime? Making a homunculi?
As far as I was led to understand, that this was not the type of procedure sanctioned by the Camarilla.
While it's not sanctioned, it's not against the rules. As long as he remains out of sight in the chantry, there should be no issue. It's not something
But we can't go there.
Correct, you cannot.
How are we supposed to meet him?
Silas doesn't want us to meet him.
Well, I want to meet him. He needs to know that he has family.
Introducing you two would only raise more questions, and he's very inquisitive. And they are questions that I don't have the answers to.
I'm sorry. What do you mean by that, Silas? What kind of questions would be beyond the understanding of this? Gosh, I don't know. Creature? Family
No,
member?
I
What-
just
what-
want
what
to
do we
spend
call
time
him?
with him. Silas, if you're raising a child, yeah, he's got to
He's-
learn stuff, but he's got to be well adjusted emotionally.
He's not a child.
Kind of is.
He is a creation. Let's call him that. No need to get rude about it.
Sentimental?
The reason I'm keeping him at a distance is because they get rather irate. They only have a shelf life of about 2 years.
Well, then we should be sweet.
Fuck. What? 2 years?
He's gonna die in 2 years?
Possibly, yes.
Well, then you should give him the best life possible in 2 years.
And he is getting the best life at the Chantry.
Does he
That's
have
the
any
best
friends?
life for him.
Does he have...
Willow, Silas doesn't care. Silas doesn't
Please
care
let me
if
see him. Please let me see him. Please.
I will look into ways in how you can meet him safely out of the way of prying eyes. How about that?
You can bring him to the gallery. We can talk about art, and he will be safe.
Absolutely not.
Why not? Learning about art would help him.
Maybe there's a waiting room at the Chantry that you can enter, and I can bring him out there.
Okay.
You do know, Silas, I will say this. You know that the Chantry has a auxiliary building
Okay.
that is under the similar wards and protections that the Chantry does, that usually the Chantry does use for meetings.
Okay.
It's not far from the Hyde Park mansion.
Got it.
Silas, why did you make him? What do we even call him? by
Silas
way?
the
Is he-
Third.
Fuck. Really?
It was that or Dorian.
Oh.
You piece of shit. Wow.
What's happening again?
We could call him Sai or something else.
There is an auxiliary building close to the Chantry. I can bring him there.
Oh, perfect. When?
I promised him I've been taking him on top of the roof of the Chantry so he can see the city.
Oh, he likes to see the city.
Why?
Why what? Why have I been doing that?
Sure. Why have you been taking him to the roof?
Because he asks.
Okay.
He has wants.
Why will you let Willow see him?
You're welcome to come too. That was an invite to you as well.
No, I'm Why did you create him, Silas? What is he for?
What is he for?
Why did you do this?
I know, Dorian, I hear you. Part of me wants to give you the sentimental reason, like I wanted to create something, which I did. But at the end of the day, I did it because I could. Do you really want the answer, Dorian? Because I could.
That's it. That's why you created life.
You should have seen the look on Deucible's face when I told him what I did. It was...
Was it disgust?
No, it was admiration. Even my sire was impressed. A kindred of my age doing something so grand usually takes decades for Tremere to make a homunculi, and I did it just this past summer.
Wow. Silas, good for you. Couldn't get Dad's approval, so go ahead and get it from your sire, huh?
I do.
Must feel good, right?
It does.
After everything that's happened to us, being brought into this world with no consultation, no consent, you would do such a thing. Create a life. I
You-
mean, this is...
You're
You named him Silas.
I did, yes. You're blowing this way out of proportion, Dorian.
Am I?
You are.
Okay.
There are
That's
things you can do, and there are things that I can do. I don't ask you why you dominate fellow Tremere, do I?
Go ahead. Ask me.
No, because I'm not going to fight with you at my job.
Because you don't care. The
Okay.
why doesn't matter to you. It's just because you can, isn't it? I can do this thing, so I will do it. That's it. There's no purpose, there's no goal, no intent. Is
There's
there,
always
Silas?
goals, Dorian. Just look at Lucas. Had the hypothesis, did the experiment, had the conclusion. Goals.
No, I get it. The goal is the process for you. It's getting the conclusion. Doesn't matter what that conclusion is, right? Doesn't matter if Lucas would have died from this experiment, right? You were ready to go. You didn't care. You just wanted to find out. I get it.
I did care.
Sure.
I wouldn't have done it for just anyone. Willow needed my help. I had her, or she had Marcus call you because we had a second option with your dominate powers. The fact that you think I don't care is just this constant... You want me not to care. Because in your eyes, that make the things you've done to me justifiable. I'm your villain next to Dad.
I don't need another villain, Silas. All I've wanted was for you to care. How many times have I asked you to join the family business? With me, not with Dad, with me. That's all I've wanted, Silas. I'm just starting to understand who you really are. You know, since we've been embraced, we've all had the opportunity to lean in to our sires, to give in to this beast within us. And we've all dealt with it in different ways. And I see how you're dealing with it.
Dorian, if you think I was ever going to join the family business, then you don't know me.
Silas, I just want you to join the family.
I'm here, aren't I? I could have ignored the page. I could have said fuck it to everything after the past couple nights, but I didn't. I came. Doesn't matter if it was Willow, or Val, or you, or Adeline.
Did you come because you cared, Silas? Or did you come to find out what would happen?
I came because I cared. These pagers, they don't give you a lot of text. It doesn't say, hey, Silas, it's Willow. Lucas is dying. Please come to the hospital. All it said was 911 Willow Lysander.
He does have a point.
Sure. You know, Will, if you want to keep believing this, if you want to keep thinking that Silas is here for the family, go ahead. All right. Lucas, I hope you feel better soon. I hope we figured out a solution for this. Marcus, we have work to do. And he's going to motion for Marcus to leave.
One
Yes.
last thing. And Silas will go in his backpack and pull out a copy of Alice in Wonderland.
Interesting.
Chapter 2. Find the paragraph where it says it's a great, huge game of chess that's being played all over the world. If this is the world at all, you know. You'll find your tape. And throws the book at Dorian.
He will, he'll catch it as best he can. But emotions are running high, and he's not really going to respond any further. He said his piece, and he's going to leave.
If you have time tonight, I will bring Silas to the auxiliary building at around 4:30 before the sun rises. We can
I'll
meet
be
you there.
I'm excited to meet him.
Dorian will nod before exiting the room on that.
You take your leave. Willow.
I'll take Lucas. We'll probably just rest until it is time to go meet Silas III.
And Silas. You head
Yes.
back to the Chantry?
He does.
You were going to do some research on, which was it, the Oblivion?
Yes.
Okay. So you have two things on your docket for the next couple of nights, learning some different rituals, offensive or defensive, and also learning more about Oblivion. But those things take time, of course. In the meantime, you grab Silas III.
I want you to meet someone.
Meet?
Yes, like... I know I said I'd take you to the roof, but it's time that you met people that are close to me. Like you.
Like me.
Well, not like you, exactly, but... They are my brother and sister.
Brother and sister, they are not here.
No, we're going to take a walk and go visit them. But it's very dangerous, so I need you to hold my hand.
Outside these walls.
There is a... How do we get to the auxiliary building? Is it, like, far, or is it, like, blocks away, or...
It's down the block.
Okay.
But it's not far. You do... You could go the way of the Nosferatu and take the sewers. But you could also probably stick to back roads, back alleys, if you really wanted to get there.
Okay. We'll do that. Side streets, back alleys. But like I said, you have to hold my hand.
He grabs your hand. And the two of you walk. And Silas III takes his first steps outside of the Tremere Chantry. As he does, you see standing at the door is Deuceable. I had a ward placed on your little experiment here in case he was to escape. I hope you understand.
I understand.
He looks. I assume you're taking him to the auxiliary building.
Of course, I wouldn't jeopardize this any more than I need to. But he deserves to see the outside.
I'm not opposed to this, just be careful.
Taking the side streets and back alleys. I don't suppose you have tunnels or anything that run to the auxiliary building?
We're working on it, but no, not currently.
I'll be back soon.
You see a look on his face. It's not fully disapproving. He definitely looks concerned. But Silas, you've earned your keep. You've earned your stay here at the Chantry. So he's not going to immediately say no to this. And you make your way out. You head to the building. It's small, like, it almost looks like a previous museum of sorts that's been shut down. Now it's just a research facility. And you see your homunculus observing. You see him lift his head up and just sniff the air. You see him touch the concrete. You see him grab a stone. You just see him observing and taking in his surroundings. You don't encounter many people. It's early. It's late at night, about to be early in the morning. The streets, especially in this part of Chicago, are not busy. You see him looking out for other people that he might be able to see, but to his perhaps disappointment, nobody is around.
Okay.
You make it to the building.
They'll be in here. You're free to ask them questions. They will show you kindness.
He nods, but you see a smile on his face. It's about 30 minutes that pass. My question, Willow, you are...
Oh, I'm early.
You
For the
are
first time.
For once
First
early. Dorian, do you also arrive?
Yeah. Yeah, I go to see this.
I've got a bag, a large bag with me too.
For the
Oh,
first
good.
time... For the first time, Dorian, you notice your sister arrives before you.
She's already waiting, like, outside the door when you get there. Large satchel.
He's gonna walk up to Willow and put a hand on her shoulder. You okay?
What?
Okay.
Do I not seem okay?
Just asking.
And
Good.
before Silas will bring the homunculi in, he's gonna go in first. He doesn't know fighting. He doesn't know anger. He's still soaking in the world. So please, let's just have a good rest of our night.
Oh, I intend to. I brought quite the array of fun things.
Fine. And Silas will bring in Silas the Third.
Raisin nephew.
Little raisin.
The sight that you see, Willow and Dorian, is not anything you've ever seen before, at least not in person. Perhaps it's something you would have seen in a book, in pictures and portraits, but never in the flesh. You see a small body. It's about 1/3 the size of your brother. His back is slowly arched and hunched. His skin not quite fully... His flesh isn't fully formed in the way that mortal flesh would be. His face a bit sunken in. But his eyes, you see they match Silas's.
Does he look like Silas in any other ways?
Not really. He has a couple of hairs on his head, but not many.
Does he wear little clothes?
He does. Yes, he is clothed.
What's he wearing?
He is wearing,
Lab coat.
no, he is wearing, khakis with a little, little collared shirt and a black vest. It's a green collar, like a emerald collared shirt and a black vest.
Okay.
They were clothes that Deucible gave me.
He's so darling. Can I talk to him?
Of course, Silas, meet Willow.
She will get down on her knees and hold out her hand.
Hi, Silas. I'm Willow.
You see him stretch his hand to shake something he's clearly learned, and his fingers just a bit more elongated than the average human finger. But he reaches to grab and shake Willow.
I am your dad's sister. Or
Creator.
your creator's sister. We were created together, the three of us, by the same people.
I see. I see in your face, bone structure. Similarity.
Yeah. I see his eyes. You both have the same eyes. So in a way, we all kind of do, which means we're like family too.
Family.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means, Silas?
He looks up to Silas. Like Simone?
Yeah, Silas, like Simone. And you could see that hit Silas really hard.
Oof. That's a big oof, bro.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Where is it?
Fuck you, DM. Fuck you, DM.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah, that
That
hurt.
Ooh, that hurt.
That hurts. And I think Dorian also gets a little bit of a guilty look on his face.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is Dorian.
Hi, I'm your brother, I think.
He'd be like an uncle, I think, actually.
Uncle.
We're family.
Yes.
That's all that matters. And
Yeah.
he's gonna get down on his knees and give him a hug.
Oh, Raisin! You feel him also, like, for a second, he takes a moment, but eventually his elongated arms and fingers do outstretch to yours, Dorian. And you have a strange embrace with this creature.
Dorian's gonna pull back and he's gonna look at him and put a hand to his face and say, are you okay? Do you feel okay? Are you happy here, Silas?
I just want to see more and learn more. I read many books and write and organize. I would like to see more.
It's not a lot to look at here in the chantry, right?
No. The four walls, they always stay the same.
These are new
And
ones.
how old are you now?
Yes. I am 3 months, if I remember the calendar.
3 months.
Oh my gosh, he already
Not that
knows the
much.
calendar.
He is
Not that
very
much younger
smart.
than my kids.
You also have your own?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I have children. People that I created.
He nods.
Maybe maybe one day you'll be able to meet them.
He nods and smiles.
Does Silas ever let you play games?
He tilts his head. Games?
We don't have many time for games,
Well,
Silas.
we have a lot of time for games right now.
We don't. It's getting very late.
What
Well, we have
what do
time
you
for
usually
one.
do, Silas? Like with your day, what do you spend your time doing?
You were asking the homunculi, right?
I'm asking the homunculi. When I
Oh.
say Silas, I mean I'm talking.
My brain.
I'm not even looking at you right now. Like,
We're looking at your
I'm,
raisin.
I'm looking at the raisin.
We're looking at Raisin, nephew.
I read books. Many books. I grab things to put for experiments. I record and write.
And you are very good at it.
Oh,
do you like books? He ignores Silas. You like books?
Yes. Books help me understand more and learn.
What's your favorite book? What do you like to read?
I read books on anatomy.
that's your favorite?
Yes.
What do you like about it?
I like learning about what other people look like.
There are lots of interesting looking people in the world. That's fair.
Would you like it if I brought you some more books, Silas?
Oh my gosh, picture books.
We
yes.
we have plenty of books at the Chantry.
Sure, sure. I'll bring you some special books though. Fun
Different books. New books.
Yeah, books that Silas doesn't. Silas Senior here doesn't have.
Fun books.
Fun books.
There's a difference.
Hmm.
I have a feeling you haven't read anything fun. I mean, there's
Yeah.
there's a lot. There's a lot of books out there.
Anatomy and scientific manuals and dissertations that can be fun.
Sure, and fiction.
Fiction,
his-
though.
Yeah, fiction is so good. There's mysteries and thrillers.
Romance.
Romance. There's
Oh,
so many different types of
okay,
books you
okay,
could be
okay,
reading.
okay. Let's not overwhelm him.
Okay. Oh. Oh. He's never seen. Silas, do you want to see something cool? New?
Yes.
Something new?
Yes. Something new.
I bet you've never seen one of these creatures before. Hold out your hands like this.
And
See,
she'll she'll grab into her purse, and a little Maki will come out and crawl into his hands.
Look. That's an alive creature just like you and me.
You know what that is. What is that?
rat.
Yeah, it's a rat.
Yes.
Special rat, though.
A special one. This one is my friend.
Friend. He looks up to Silas. Not experiment.
Silas.
No, not. This one is not experiment. No.
A companion.
Friend, like
a friend.
companion.
Like
Friend,
Comrade.
companion.
A partner.
And Machiavelli looks and sniffs his hands.
his name. He has a name just like you. His name is Machiavelli.
Machiavelli.
Have you read on Machiavelli?
No.
Well,
We can probably skip that one.
it's probably one better skipped, but yeah, he's named for.
You watch him bring his nose close to Maki's nose.
Oh,
And Maki sniffs. And he like mimics the sniffs. Like the fast sniffs. He goes like, and he like keeps up the pace with the fast sniffs and the twitches that Maki makes. He tries to mimic the twitches.
it's interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Maki will crawl back.
Okay. I think we should do one game before we go.
I think we should head back.
One game, Silas.
We can play a game, right?
What game?
She's got a giant tote bag.
I may have raided the house, and I have some from when we were kids and what we played. I've got Life. I've got Monopoly.
We don't
I've got
have
Chutes
time
and
for a board
Ladders.
game.
We have time for Chutes and Ladders.
Let's do rock, paper, scissors.
Silas.
Silas, that's not even.
It's not
It's barely a
fun.
game.
What about a game of Boggle?
We've been here for 10 minutes, Silas. I mean, sure, we
Boggle?
can play a game.
You have Scrabble.
Yeah, I brought Scrabble.
Let's do Scrabble.
Scrabble's fun.
Scrabble.
It's a game. A word game.
Words. Yes. I see.
Yeah, we can teach you how to do this. It's like an experiment, kind of.
Experiment. Yes. Great. He understands that.
But different. It's an experiment you do not for an outcome.
We're trying to find fun.
It's just
That's
a
what
thing.
we're looking for.
Yeah.
The outcome
It's,
the outcome is to win. Silas.
No.
No,
Winning.
it's
You play games, which are like experiments, but you play games with people you like to experience fun or joy or happiness. And sometimes winning is part of that. Winning is fun, I will say. But sometimes losing is fun too, if you play with the right people.
He nods. Okay, I can
I'm gonna
play word game.
Yeah, you're good at words. I'm sure you are.
And she will set up the Scrabble for them.
You set up the table, you pass out the individual letters to everybody. You explain how the game operates, and to your surprise, Silas the Third picks it up pretty quickly upon explaining that you put the words together, you have to add 2 certain letters to make a word, and you even explain the point system, and he picks it up pretty well.
Oh my gosh, yes. Bless.
And the words that he uses are quite impressive. He doesn't just make silly words like cat and dog. He writes out full...
He's doing big words.
Yeah. He uses the Q, the
Oh
X.
man. Oh man. He's pulling out all the stops. He's serious.
And as a matter of fact, I'd like you all to roll me
Let's find out who wins the Scrabble.
intelligence, academics.
oh boy. Where is it? Where is my sheet?
Oh,
Well, I'm not bad at academics. I have a specialty. Oh no, it doesn't apply. Okay.
my intelligence is good, but my academics not so much. So let's see.
2,
I have
3.
I have 2 successes.
Silas the Third rolled 4 successes.
Let's go! Silas the Third!
Four successes as well.
Damn.
Because he has intelligence 3, academics 2.
Oh my god.
He has, yeah.
yes.
He has my stat sheet, just 1 dot lower across everything.
Oh,
Uh,
I love. That makes me happy.
Silas, did you also participate? Did you play?
Sure, I played. Let's see. What did I roll?
You didn't play? That'd be so fun.
No fair. Machiavelli ate all my
He just sits there with his arms
pieces.
crossed.
5 successes.
5 successes.
Ooh.
Let's go.
So, Silas Jr. still gets the most points at the end. But to your surprise, Silas the Third,
Dude, he beat me.
yeah, he comes in second. You see Maki crawl out of the little bag of letters, and he hands you a piece, Willow, the blank,
Oh yeah.
because he's
One
like,
thing-
you're gonna need it.
One thing about me, I'm gonna cheat with my rat.
But you are all quite impressed at how well Silas did, and how well he picked up this game. And it seems like he enjoyed it. You see
Yeah?
a smile on his face, and he says, "Good game,
Did you have fun?
fun,
Would you do it
Yes.
again?
yes."
It's a fun game. And it's technically an educational game, too.
Can we take game?
You can definitely have it. It was ours when we were little. When we were your size.
I guess it's okay.
It's just our old copy, you know.
We will play when we're done with our studies, though.
Yes. Studies.
And research and experimentations.
Yes. You see him look down a bit.
Hey, we can come back and visit, right, Silas? And he looks at Silas. Chris is Silas. I don't know. There's too many Silases now.
Junior.
Yeah, I would love to do this. We could do it like once a week or something as a treat at the end of the week for him.
I'll have to think about it. Maybe not once a week, but...
Dorian will kneel down in front of Silas Jr., and he'll say, you know, as long as you have something that you care about, and that you love doing, then things are going to be okay. You know? He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. It's Nietzsche.
Ah.
I'll bring you a book.
He nods. Yes. To live, yes. Thank you. Dorian. Willow.
We'll see you later. Don't worry, it won't be the last time. We can definitely play games again. And next time, I'm going to bring Pictionary, where you draw.
Draw, yes.
It'll be fun.
He looks up at Silas. Expectantly. Uppies now.
Uppies. Uppies, please.
We'll talk about it.
Hmm.
We have
He nods.
very important work to do.
Yes.
I think it's time we head back to the Chantry.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. We'll see you later.
Bye. He's going to give him another hug.
He hugs. And
I give him a cheese. Can I give him a cheese?
Cheese.
you give him a cheese.
He can't eat. Wait, no, really, can he not eat?
He doesn't require sustenance, no.
Oh, well, maybe he's just interested in it.
He holds it.
It's cheese.
Why don't you give it to Machiavelli?
Oh, here we go.
I'll pull out Maki. Maki's always a fiend for cheese. So
He holds it out in his hand, and Machiavelli scurries out. And as soon as Maki sees the cheese, he just grabs it from Silas's long, elongated hand and scurries back. And you see a smile on Silas III's face.
And it's grotesque.
I bet.
His
Willow
teeth,
loves little creepy things, though. You know.
his teeth are not human in looking. They are, in some ways, elongated, almost like fangs, but all fangs. Sharp teeth. He smiles. And you hear almost a chuckle from him. And Silas, this is the first time you've heard him chuckle.
Mm-hmm.
Machiavelli's very funny, isn't he?
Yes.
Amusing. He loves cheese. Well, we'll see you later.
He-
Bye, Silas.
Good night, Willow. Good night,
Bye.
Dorian.
You take your leave. You walk back with Silas III, your homunculus, back to the Chantry. You see Deucible like a father waiting for his children to arrive back with his cane, standing there with his usual pensive look, just making sure that you made it back. And you head back into the chantry before the sun rises for the next day.
As we walk in, Silas will walk up to Deucible. Can you put the ward back on him?
Yes.
Thank you.
You watch him grab a couple of components from his pouch or from his pocket, and with a quick, swift hand, places a ward on Silas the Third, who doesn't think anything of it, doesn't harm him or affect him in any way, and in a naive sense, he just goes back to his own business and walks back toward your lab. Deucible watches with a keen eye. And you head back. Willow, you head back to your apartment, your loft, before the sun rises. And Dorian, you head back with Marcus. And Marcus informs you, sir, your wife gave me a call. She's okay. The kids are okay. Everybody's fine. But she wants to see you.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know.
Shall I arrange for a meeting tomorrow night?
Yes. Yes, of course. And keep me updated on how Lucas is doing.
I will. Thank you. The two of you drive off. And the camera fades for this night. And we will return next week with Ancestral Blood. And we will start with you, Dorian. So get yourself ready.
You're next, bitch!
Starting with
I know it's coming. I know it's
So prepare.
You
Be
know what's coming.
prepared
I'm ready.
for what is to come. That's all for us, folks. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Ancestral Blood Save the Ghouls edition.
Oh, yeah.
We needed this
Save
after
the
last
ghouls.
week. We needed this.
Yeah.
We needed
just
hashtag
yeah.
save the ghouls.
Yeah.
Needed some
right.
just a quick mission to save the ghouls, but we will be back next
No
week.
more Methuselahs.
More
Just ghouls.
Methuselahs.
Oops, all ghouls.
Oops, all ghouls.
I'm fine
For
with that.
now.
Well-
But don't forget, Lysander, there's a looming threat that won't escape, that you must eventually face. It will always be there. But for now, we'll see what happens
Anyway.
next week. We'll be back next Friday for our next episode of Ancestral Blood. It will be the last one for a couple of weeks, so keep that in mind. We usually do like to end on some bangers
Juice.
here, so
juice,
you
yeah.
know. So expect that. But
Juice.
in the meantime, there's going to be a lot happening. Okay, prepare yourselves, everybody. Buckle up, because we got Tuesday, we've got Ignite Recall, we got Scum and Villainy. Wednesday and Thursday, we got ourselves some weird Monster of the Week. And we're going to wrap up that series. So we're going to be going right from a wrap up of a series into Ancestral Blood. It's going to be wild. Join us Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday next week for all of the Magi RPG.
Bangers.
If not, then maybe we'll see you on YouTube if you can't make it. So thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you next week. And don't let the beast win. Goodbye.
Save the ghouls.
Save the ghouls.